Let's now factor another expression. Let's factor 8x times the quantity 3x plus 2 plus 3x plus 2. Now thus far, we've been taking out the greatest common factor as a means for factoring our polynomials. Well, this one, although in disguise, is a very similar example. This expression that we started with is exactly the same thing that I have rewritten below it. 8x times the quantity 3x plus 2 plus 1 quantity of 3x plus 2. Those are the same things. And when we view this expression like this, it's much clearer to see exactly what we need to do to factor. We are factoring by taking out the greatest common factor. And notice we have a quantity 3x plus 2 that appears both in the first term and the second term. This is the greatest common factor for this polynomial, and so we will factor that out front. That is, let's pull out the factor 3x plus 2 and see what is left over. From the first term, when we take out 3x plus 2, we are left with 8x. And from the second term, when we take out 3x plus 2, we are left with plus 1. We have now factored this original expression, and let's recheck it. If I was to take 3x plus 2 and multiply it times 8x, I would get 8x times 3x plus 2. And if I was to take 3x plus 2 times 1, I would simply get plus 3x plus 2. This is our completed factorization. Here is a related but slightly different problem. Let's factor the expression 9y times the quantity 5y minus 4 minus 5y plus 4. Now we've been factoring by taking out the greatest common factor. And notice in this expression we have this term with a 5y minus 4, and over here we have a negative 5y plus 4. But do you see that negative 5y plus 4 is the same expression as 5y minus 4, except the signs are different? In other words, if we factored out a negative 1, we could make these two quantities identical. Watch. The original expression, 9y times the quantity 5y minus 4 minus 5y plus 4, is the same thing as the following. 9y times the quantity 5y minus 4 minus 1 times the quantity 5y minus 4. Notice the negative 1 times 5y gives me negative 5y, and the negative 1 times negative 4 gives me plus 4. Now can you see how we proceed to factor? At this point, we now see that it's apparent 5y minus 4 is a quantity that belongs to both of these terms. And therefore, to factor it, we're simply going to take out this common factor of 5y minus 4. Pulling out 5y minus 4 will leave us with a quantity. And that quantity is simply 9y from the first term, and then minus 1 from the second term. This is our factorization.